video. In this video, I'm gonna be, coming a little bit out of my shell and telling y'all some of my business or whatever. Some business that is not the best look for me, but I'm not tripping because it's not that serious. But yeah, so basically this is a story of how I was the side chick, and I know you're wondering like, why were you a side chick? And I'm gonna tell you exactly why at the end of this video. So let's get into it. I met this dude. He was attracted to me, I was attracted to him, and when two people were attracted to each other, they started talking phase. So we started talking or whatever, and I feel like, I don't know how long other people are in the talking phase, but I usually be in the talking phase for like 3 months or whatever. We're talking or whatever, and we were really vibing. Like, it was a vibe for a good while. I would say like the first month and a half or two, it was a vibe, and I was really enjoying my time. So then like, we were talking, so of course we're FaceTiming, right? So we was FaceTiming like pretty much every day. We was talking very consistently, and if you're in a talking phase and you're talking to this person every day consistently for a few hours, it's looking good. It's looking good, but it's never guaranteed. Never in your life think it's guaranteed. Don't. So really enjoying my time with this guy, and then all of a sudden, like maybe like on this second month, like I said, it's all good until then, like maybe on the second month, he started acting weird. And it's always signs like this that it's like something else is happening. But I didn't want to believe it, because I'm not even gonna lie to you, I was very young. I was in like adolescent. I was like young, older teens young. I was like either 18 or 19, so I was really young. I really didn't have no experience with like the world, period, really. So I didn't have a lot of guidance when it came to like relationships and men and stuff like that. Everything I know about men and relationships now are based off of my own experiences and listening to other women talk about their experiences, because quite frankly, there's always like this cycle. Like it's always like it all connects to the one thing. Oh, so he just started acting funny. How was he acting funny? This is how he was acting funny. We was being on FaceTime, and then like, like I said, we was on it for a few hours, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, I gotta get off. And I'm like, okay, I ain't tripping, people busy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not entitled to your time. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay. I didn't think nothing of it. Like, why would I? So then he was like, so yeah, he was doing that, but he wasn't doing it for long. Like, he'll be off the phone just for a little bit. It seemed like he had to just like take a quick call or whatever, and he'll get right back on FaceTime with me. I'm like, okay. So like, he literally meant he was gonna call me right back. So that happened for like a few days. Like, oh, I had to go. I'm like, okay. But then he started leaving. He'll leave like 2 hours in, then he'll go for a while, and he at first he was just going for like a few minutes, but then he went for like an hour. And I was like, I'm not entitled to your time. You could be busy. I don't know what you got going on. It's none of my business. But it's kind of funny. So then as time continues to go on, he's gonna do it more but longer. And I'm like, okay, if you want to talk to me, just say it, because you got me on this 4-hour thing, and it's okay. I don't mind if you only can do 2 hours. It's okay, but I need to know what's going on, because you're not really telling me nothing. Then like when he would tell me things, it was kind of like it wouldn't make no sense. He's like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and all that. And it's like, okay, that's just weird. That it's like, you seem like you really want to get off the phone because you got like something really urgent happening. And I was like, what is so urgent? Like and to give you a background on this dude, he is Hispanic, and he was like, I would say he was like a year or two older than me. Basically, he had to move out his mom's house because I guess she got tired of like providing for him, because like he had siblings that she wanted to care for, and I guess she wanted him to leave. He had like family near the area, and I'm gonna tell y'all this matters in the future, but so he had like family around and stuff like that. He had like his like little black family, like that one side of his family like black or whatever, but I think they was like married into it, like his, I don't know. So I'm hearing him say all this and stuff like that, and he's joining the military and stuff like that, and I'm like, dang, like I feel like if you gotta join a military and you're not doing it based off of your feelings of of like the military. Like some people join the military because they actually want to be there. Some people join the military because they have no other resort. So I feel like you got to be down in the dumps to be like, let me go to the military. It seems like it's always like a down in the dumps situation or whatever. But so yeah, you know, he's trying to get his life together. He's trying to figure out what he want to do, his passion, etc., etc. So I'm like always giving him his time or whatever, because it's like, you know, that's what takes time, you know. So that was my excuse for him. But then as time went on, you know, like he would be taking me to work and I'll be FaceTiming him while he's working and stuff. And then, you know, he had other jobs where he could FaceTime while he worked and stuff. And I was like, okay, so yeah, like you really trying to talk to me, like you really trying to talk to me. And so I remember one day, like he was at work and we were just chilling. He was like, yo, like I'm not even gonna hang up this phone at all, like I'm not leaving this call at all. And I'm like, okay, all right, I mean, you gotta do all that. I'd rather you just show it or just don't say it, because like I don't know. So he had to get off the freaking phone, and he's like freaking out while he's getting off the phone. He's like, oh my god. He's like, oh my god, oh my god, and stuff like that, you know, like in dude voice, like deep voice. But calls right back, and he's like, I'm stressed out. Oh my god, this person is just and I was like, what are you talking about? Who? And he didn't tell me who. And then so like brush that over. Don't know why. Y'all, look, from experience, my advice to you is when you got questions, you better get them answers. And if them answers don't make no sense, honey, that is the answer. Yeah, take whatever and leave. So yeah, so we on FaceTime again or whatever, and then like I finally get to see his Facebook or whatever, and I found his Facebook because his name is very popular in the Hispanic community, like first and last, like damn. Here I am just on his Facebook and I see like this girl name, and this name is kind of somewhat unisex too, but I see this girl name, I want to say Kayla, and it has like a blue heart next to it, and I'm just like, I was not raised with no guidance on how to deal with men or anything about men. I didn't know nothing about the game. I didn't even know we was playing a game. I was just like, no, I'm gonna hop my ass in this world and people gonna be honest. They're gonna give me the love I deserve. Oh my god, how naive, yes. But I guess I was being extremely naive, because I asked, I was like, yo, like this name, that hard, just saying something that's opposite from what you said. Because I asked him, I was like, hey, are you single? And he's like, yeah, I've been single for a couple months and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then he asked me if I was single. I'm like, I'm good as to go. So it's like, I asked you. And so I didn't want to not take his word from it, because he also said that he doesn't like talking to a lot of girls at once. I didn't know nothing about men. I was completely unaware. Like, a dude is probably talking to 30 women right now while he's talking to you. Trust and believe. How do y'all find time to do stuff like this? But yeah, so I saw the name, I confirmed him on it. I'm like, what's going on with that? And he was like, oh yeah, like I do that. He gave me such a stupid excuse. Excuse is so dumb. And I was just like, I don't know about the game, so I can't question your play, you know? Like, so now I'm getting completely turned off from him. Like, I'm slowly, it was already happening when he wasn't like really giving me the call. Like, don't like be like, oh, you want to call, want to talk? Don't hype me up to talk on the phone if you won't be getting off the phone. This doesn't make no sense. It's rude, it's misleading, it's a waste of time. He was a waste of time. Now that he gave me that excuse, I was like, boy, what? Obvious that he was doing what he was doing, so subconsciously my brain was like, disconnect from him. So like I was emotionally giving myself away. I kind of just wanted to see what was gonna go on, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause that didn't make no sense. His excuse was, oh, I put girls' names in my bio, so it runs other girls away, because I don't like getting a lot of attention from women. Like that excuse itself just sounded really fugazi. So like I think I ain't gonna lie, I felt a little insulted. I was like, he takes me as a fool. Then so I would say, I don't know how long afterwards it took, but his calls, like we basically just weren't even talking like that no more. I feel like our chemistry became really weird too, because like I said, in the first like 1.5 months, everything was great. Honestly, I would say 2 months, because we still were vibing. We were a vibe. And then all of a sudden, I feel like whoever he was talking to after he got off the phone with me, because every single time he'll call, he started acting a little rude, a little like irritated and stuff like that, agitated and stuff. And I'm like, he must have got yelled at by his mama, because I don't get it. I was like, did your recruiter call with some bad news or something and stuff like that? But nah. So then, you know, he, like I said, he was trying to get in the military, didn't work out because he messed it up. So he messed it up, like, and he did it like on purpose too. So I don't know, keep that in mind, you guys, because I couldn't, because then like I was thinking to myself, like, if maybe we could just like be friends, we could be cool or whatever. But I would never in my life mess with this guy ever again. I would never be friends with him if he spoke to me. So he, like I said, he was at work one day and he was being frantic. As I feel like he was like, oh my god, this person keep calling me. He's like freaking out, like he had like anxiety and stuff like that. I'm like, what is going on? And he was like important. And so basically to kind of find out, I went on his Facebook and I found a name that matched that name. I looked for Kyla on there. So I'm looking for Kyla. I found me some Kyla and I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, so y'all liking each other pictures, y'all interacting. I seen a comment on your picture from her, so y'all know each other. I found her and then I confronted him on it. I was like, what are you doing? Who is this gal? And he was like, oh, like this and that, she ain't nobody serious, da 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 da. Really, nobody really know what they want. I get it, but don't be a lame and getting people involved in like your relationship drama. So anyways, so he gonna sit here and say something, oh, don't worry about her, just leave her alone, da 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 da. And I'm like, no, I don't like this behavior of yours. I'm gonna go message her. And so I messaged her and I was like, do you know him? And she's like, yeah, who is this or whatever. And he was like, oh my god, you actually messaged her? You don't even know what you're doing to me right now. And I was like, what were you talking about? You know, like, what are you talking about? And so he was like, she's like my last resort and da 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 da. And I was like, what are you talking about? So like I said, he's about to get kicked out of his parents' house. And apparently he had to go and find a place where he can move. So he decided to move in with her, who is his girlfriend slash ex. I don't know. So basically what I was involved with was a freaking open relationship that wasn't really well established about the rules. But let me tell you some more ignorant stuff that happened, because now I couldn't even feel bad for sis. So here I am trying to sit here and tell her stuff, and then like I'm stepping back. I've been sitting there through his entire process of him trying to get his life together, and he's owed me some knowledge about his current situation. I feel like that's really unfair. I get it, like if it's an open relationship, y'all kind of are allowing it, but on the low. But it's like you still need to let people know that you're doing that. And then like, I don't know, at the same time, they're still considered like exes and stuff. And it's like, okay, so y'all not really officially together. Y'all just backwards and forth. They have like an on and off thing, and they call it like a open relationship. And I'm like, I'm very unsure. Like y'all don't really sound like y'all was an item, honestly. So here he is. He's sitting over there and he's like begging me. I hate when people beg me for shit. So I was like, whatever, I'm just knock it off or whatever. But he didn't tell me one thing, so I'm in a conversation with sis, and he gonna be like, yeah, she's mad about it or whatever. She mad about us or whatever because she knew about me. He said she knew about me. The thing that made her mad was the fact that I'm black. This is a Hispanic girl. We don't even be messing with y'all. I never even heard no black woman talk about Hispanic women the way Hispanic women speak on black women. Honestly, I've never heard of it. I've heard black women be mad at Hispanic women for being disrespectful towards black women, but I never heard no black woman just out and about, ugh, F Hispanic women, ugh, y'all disgusting, we don't like you, and this about you. It's like, cut that out. You're grown. Grow up. Stop with that racism. So I had the conversation with her. He told me that, and she's basically like giving me a chance to like say whether or not we are a thing or not. So I was like, nah, like, oh my gosh. I was basically just like, girl, take that boy back. I would call in a reference for him. Like, just take that man back, like, honestly. And in my head, it's like, after I heard that she had like a racial issue with me, okay, so yeah, he does need a place to live. Yeah, you are his main dependence, that he's depending on her for stuff like that. So I was like, no, he's a great guy, he's awesome, we have nothing going on, girl, that is all you. Go for it. She has a son. I don't know how old her kid was, but she had one, and she was not even that much older than me. She was like literally like older than him by like a year or two. So it was just kind of weird. But yeah, in my eyes, it was kind of more so of a, okay, so you have a problem with black women, but look, I'm not even gonna let that bother me, honey, because look, I'm gonna send this boy to you, and he gonna ruin your life. You gonna have to be taking care of 2 kids, basically, because sir can't keep a job. He can't even keep up with his opportunities. He can't even stay in a house. And the only reason, and like I said, I guess his other family didn't want him to live with them, but if he really wanted to do the dang thing, he would have did the dang thing. You know what I'm saying? So he was kind of just finding people to depend on. He quit his job out of nowhere. He just up and quits his job. And so I'm like, okay, I see why your mom wants you out. Like, you just can't up and quit your job. Like, pay some bills, boy. That was my revenge to her. Like, it's not even revenge, because quite frankly, now that I thought about it, I really should just let him go all the way, because I was completely off. Like, as soon as like I saw her profile and her name in his bio, I was like, I am not boo-boo, baby. I was completely done. But I really should have just stopped trying to linger on just to see like what else happens, because like, I don't know, I just thought it wasn't gonna be like that, you know? Like, I don't know, like, curiosity killed the cat, I guess. And it was kind of like, girl, you could just left. I don't even know what terms they were on during that time. They say they weren't, but they were, but they weren't. And it was kind of open, but it wasn't really considered that, but it was. So they're confusing, they're conflicting, and honestly, I'm not even tripping on it. As you can see, sis is racist. She got an issue with black women. Insecure for, I don't know why. Like, love yourself and get over it. Like I don't know why y'all so bad about us, but that's what happened when you're toxic and you think like that with a mind like that. Because she was a little rude too, and it's like, that's what you get. You get that. You get a toxic dude who doesn't even want to care for himself. He depended on everybody else to take care of him and stuff like that. And guess what? I don't got that problems. You do. So yeah, so that was basically the story about how I was technically a side chick and didn't even know it. How I was getting a lot of racial tension and didn't even ask for it. So yeah, my advice at the end of this would be, most definitely always ask very specific questions. When you're in a talking phase with someone, do not get scared to get very specific, because people will literally get you to run around. Seriously, I asked this dude if he was single. He didn't tell me that he was in an open relationship. You gotta ask that. Are you in an open relationship? Are you in entanglement? Are you in a situationship? You have friends with benefits. How many friends with benefits? Do they like you like that? I think you should ask them. Go text some girls and ask them if they're into you like that. Now, I don't need no surprise that. I'm just saying, like, I feel like if you want to try to start a relationship with somebody else, you really got to end your relationship with the other person. Point blank, period. Because, like, that backwards and forth and that unsure thing, like, that's immature. It's really stupid.
Hey guys, just want to give you some clarification. So they were in an on and off phase thing. They was having like a break, and he said the break has been lasting for at that time about 6 months. and he thought like they just didn't have anything going on because they lived in two different states, and she would express how she was dating other men, and it hasn't she kept dating men throughout the months and just never contacted him. When he would get off the phone with her, he would say that he was like extremely angry, he's upset, and he was telling me that it was his mom who was calling him, and he would just always be like angry after their conversations because she would like call over 17 times straight while we would be on FaceTime. And he was just saying how, like, she had like baby daddy problems and stuff, and how like she was a single mom and she was gonna move him in to her state in her apartment with her child, that she shared with someone else. This part is also very important. So they were mutually dating other people during this break or when they was trying to rearrange commitments to each other. And she knew that he was dating other females. She has always been aware of him dating other women. She just didn't know he was into black women. So she was using this situation to reinforce this new rule that, hey, you could date any other woman except for black women specifically, which is ignorant.
I'm not mad at nobody for nothing. Like, I don't even care no more. That's why I'm telling this story, because I really don't care. It doesn't bother me because I know I'm not a hoe. But yeah, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. They're watching this. F both of you guys. You two suck and you're very toxic. You're probably the couple that go into the movie theaters just to argue and scream and holler at each other. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, make sure you're taking care of your mental health because you deserve it and you are worth it. Have a great one. Bye.